Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today we're talking about Galgun Double Piece. This is, well, it's kind of a cute game, honestly. It's a rail shooter, and it's, well, it's a little lewd, honestly. It's not like a hentai game, though, so that's a non-issue, I guess. There's no actual nudity. I mean, I guess you could mod it, but, you can mod nudity into a lot of games. But anyway, so Galgun Double Piece is the game we're talking about. It's a cute little rail shooter, and the storyline is that you're kind of like a nobody, and you're kind of on your way to school one day, and you get shot by a Cupid arrow, but it's like super jacked up, like a super jacked up Cupid arrow. And, yeah. Literally every single girl wants to be in love with you. And you have until the end of the day to confess your feelings to the girl that you're in love with, or else you will be alone forever. So, yeah. That's the thing. It is very positive on Steam, though. It's like 85% positive. It is, a more mature game, for sure. But it's not like, I wouldn't say that it's like, worth having like any real warnings or anything. Like, it's suggestive. It's definitely suggestive. And yeah, normally it costs $40. So, and there's a lot of game. There is a lot of game. Even though it's a rail shooter, there's definitely a lot of games. So if you don't really care for rail shooters, then you're probably not going to enjoy it all that much. But if rail shooters are kind of your thing, or cute anime girls are kind of your thing, then you very well may enjoy it. So that's the thing. I don't think there's any kind of multiplayer or online or anything like that. There's just goofy, ridiculous anime type shenanigans, and there is, like we mentioned, the whole plot. This whole plot does follow through the game and culminate through a storyline. And the storyline has actual decision making. Not a ton of it, but it does have some decision making to be made. Your character has a few love interests that you can choose between to pursue, and that'll dictate your ending, honestly. And the ending that I got was satisfying. It's a satisfying ending for such a silly, over the top, goofy kind of game. And I mean, it does have it does kind of have that setup of like a lot of adult type of games that you would kind of expect, that nobody turns into an everybody kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know if this is the type of game that your girlfriend would be cool with you playing, or your mom would be cool with you playing, but whatever. But it is a game that is definitely easy to enjoy. It's very relaxing. It's not too intense. It has its moments where the heat picks up, but it's definitely not too intense. The gameplay is very relaxing. It's more or less intended to be played with a controller. But you can definitely play it with the mouse and keyboard, and honestly, more or less just the mouse. The controls are not complicated. There's plenty to do. There's a couple of different modes, which is nice. There's collectibles to find along the way, and just a whole bunch of stuff, and like between stages in the story mode, you get to check your phone and catch up on some of the news and stuff that's going on around the school. And sometimes that news will include items that somebody might be missing, or something that you can find, and stuff like that. So yeah, there's there's stuff to do in that regard. I mean, the game came out in 2016. It already has a sequel. You know, there's already a Galgun 2, and I imagine that that one's only better than this one. I do like to believe that that video games that get sequels, the sequels just improve on the existing platform, honestly. Because if they aren't improving on the existing platform, then, well, what is the purpose, you know? So while you're out there trying to find your love, you know, and deciding who you love, while also fighting off all the girls with your pheromone zapper, there's another girl who is like a little devil girl, and she is attaching cute little devil thingies to other girls. Now, you can't pheromone blast those girls until you take care of the little devil. It only shows up if it's in your little circle around your reticle. So that adds a pretty deep layer right there. Not really a deep layer per se, but it adds layers. And she's kind of going to play your antagonist. She makes the girls mean by doing that, you know? And there's just so much silliness. Like, I know I've said a lot about it, but there's just so much silliness going on. And yeah, it's a fun game. At the raw core of the surface, it's a fun game. And honestly, when we're playing video games, is that not what we're playing for? Are we not aiming to enjoy ourselves? These are the real questions we should be asking ourselves. Because there's a lot of times that we play games for the wrong reasons, I think, and then we don't enjoy them. Then we wonder, why do we even play them in the first place? It's easy to forget that the whole point of playing video games is to have fun. There's nothing else to it, you know? We're here to have a good time. For a long time, hopefully. I like it when a game that I spent money on has some staying power and replayability and stuff, and I can enjoy it for a while. Makes me feel like it's worth the money. But yeah, tangents aside, I think that's going to be it for this one. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I know this is kind of like a curveball. It's a little bit of a last minute video. I was looking at the game on my games list. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do a video on Galgun. You know, it's a cute game that I enjoy, so why not? And yeah. So again, thank you all for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, if maybe dislike if you feel like you've earned it. Grief the bell button, you know. Yeah, and be kind to each other. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And I will fucking see you later.